How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin Barbecue. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today, we're talking pork belly burnt ends. If you've never made pork belly burnt ends before, you're truly missing out. Brisket burnt ends are delicious. Pork belly is also delicious, and there's many different ways you can take this, whether you want to go savory, sweet. I prefer a sweet pork belly burnt end, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. So we're gonna be cooking on the Pit Boss Pro Series 1600. We're gonna be rocking at 300 degrees. It's cold outside today here in Minnesota, and we're gonna cook these to color, and then we're gonna get them tender. So let's bring you in and show you how we're gonna prep these. Okay guys, so to prep this pork belly burnt ends, you want to cube these up, and you want to cube them a little bit bigger than you typically would for brisket burnt ends because they are going to shrink when you cook. So what I like to do is take my knife and just kind of measure out. So right there, I'm going to go ahead and just slice a chunk. Then we'll come right here, we'll slice again, and we're just going to do this the whole way down the pork belly. Okay, now that I have my pork belly cut into strips, you can see we have a pretty good meat to fat ratio here, so that's really good. Now we're just gonna come in and we're gonna cube these up again, using our knife as a guide. So we're gonna come in like this, right about there, and we're gonna go ahead and just cube them up a little bit bigger, maybe about 1 inch by 1 inch. So you can see about like that. That'll be a nice burnt end, it'll shrink up. All right, so these are our pork belly burnt ends. See, we got some nice healthy looking burnt ends here. Now at this point, I just like to take them and get them all fat side down. So at this point, all that's left to do is get them seasoned up. I went ahead and popped up my tray here, and I'm gonna be coming in with just a light coat of the Tailgater's Party Rub as a base. We can just kind of roll this around, make sure we get everything seasoned up. Okay, so we got them seasoned up with our first rub. Now we're gonna come in with the SuckleBusters Honey Barbecue Rub. I said I like these sweet, so we're gonna be doing this for a sweet touch. Come in and give an even coating. And just kind of toss these around as you go, picking up any excess on the board. Make sure you get all the sides seasoned up here. Okay guys, and after you get them all seasoned up, you can see I transferred mine over to a wire rack. This is how I prefer to cook them. Leave a little space in there for them to breathe and from some smoke and some airflow to get in there. And we're gonna get these out on the smoker, and we're running at 300 degrees today, and we're just gonna cook these to color, kind of like we would a pork butt. Once the color looks good, then we'll go ahead and pan them, get a few extra special ingredients in there, and then we'll get them tender. So I'll meet you guys out at the smoker. Okay guys, you can see we have our pork belly burnt ends on. They're looking absolutely delicious. We've got our smoke tube rolling for some extra smoke. We're running sweet barbecue, Bear Mountain pellets. So we're gonna let these go for an hour, and then we'll come back out and check on them. So see you guys in. Okay guys, we are 1 hour in on our pork belly burnt ends. I did go ahead and rotate this rack around just for some even cooking. Starting to get some good color. Not quite the bark buildup that I want yet, but they're starting to dry up, so we'll check them again in about a half hour, an hour. I'll let you know, but we'll see you then. Okay guys, we are 2 hours into the cook. You can see we have fantastic color on the pork belly burnt ends. I'm gonna get these inside and show you how we're gonna get these nice and tender, so I'll meet you in the house. Okay guys, you can see we have our pork belly burnt ends here. They look phenomenal. We got some great color. They're not quite tender yet. They still have a little bit of stiffness to them. So at this point, we're gonna get them in to a pan, and we're gonna essentially braise them and get them nice and tender. Then at this point, I got half a stick of butter. Just gonna add a little bit more fat into these. Not that they need it, but hey, fat is flavor. Then we have some SuckleBusters original barbecue sauce. We're gonna go ahead and just drizzle that in there. And this is a little bit more of a traditional barbecue sauce. It's got a little bit of spice to it. So we got that. And then we're gonna come in with a little bit of honey, just a little bit, get them nice and sticky and add a little bit more sweetness to them. So at that point, just wanna go ahead and toss them around here. And I did take an internal temperature here. We're at about 180 degrees. So we're just gonna get them nice and tender. We don't want them to fall apart, but we want them really good and tender. Get those all mixed up. We're gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more sauce here. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of apple juice, add that as well, just for a little bit more liquid to braise in there. Go ahead and get that all mixed up, get it incorporated. And those are looking delicious already. They're looking fantastic. They smell absolutely wonderful. So at that point, we're just going to cover them. You can either use foil or some of these lids if you buy them from bulk stores. We're going to get these back out on the smoker at 300 degrees, so meet you guys outside. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and get our pork belly burnt ends back out on the pit, still running at 300. We're going to let these go for 1 hour and then we'll come out and check on them. So see you guys in an hour. Alright guys, so it's been another hour. We're going to go ahead and check on these pork belly burnt ends. Get that steam out of there. Look at that. It's looking delicious. We go in, it's probing like butter. Oh yeah, that's looking fantastic. I mean, it is meat jello. We're at about 203, 206. So I'm gonna get these in and show you the next step of the process. See you inside. Okay guys, you can see we have our pork belly burnt ends here. They're looking great. They're super tender. Now to finish them off, you can see I just kind of drained all the other sauce we used. At this point, I want to get a little bit of sweetness on them. So we have our SuckleBusters honey barbecue glaze and finishing sauce. And we're just going to go ahead and give them a light coat like that. And just kind of toss them all around. Oh man, they're super tender. These are going to be delicious. Look at that, great color. Literally just meat jello there. And at this point, we're just gonna get these back out onto the smoker and we're gonna let this honey glaze set. So I'll meet you guys outside. All right, it has been 5 minutes. We've gone ahead and let our burnt ends, let the sauce set up. So that's looking absolutely delicious. We're gonna get these inside and let them cool off and then we'll go ahead and do a taste test. So we'll meet you guys in the house. Okay guys, you can see we have our delicious pork belly burnt ends here. They smell wonderful. I'm super excited to try them. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one. That's some sticky goodness. Just look at how tender those things are. That's what's up right there. Go ahead and give it a shot. Man, that is absolutely delicious. That's meat candy if I've ever had it. You got a little bit of the savoriness from the Tailgater's barbecue party rub. You got the sweetness from the honey barbecue. Then you got a little bit of spice from the SuckleBusters original. But then that SuckleBusters honey barbecue comes back and mellows everything out. It's just super well balanced, right down the middle of the road. Exactly what you're looking for barbecue. I'm gonna give myself another piece here and give it a shot. Again, just look at how tender that is. I mean, that's how a pork belly burnt end is supposed to be. So, just dripping juice. Go ahead and give it a try. Guys, these are absolutely delicious. If you're looking for a delicious snack just to whip up on the weekend, I mean, that was what, a 3-hour cook? Super easy. I mean, it's negative 14 degrees outside. I still rock this out. They're delicious. If you haven't tried them, give them a shot. I guarantee your friends are going to like them. Your family's going to like them. You're going to like them. So I got to try another one. They're so good. That fat is just rendered perfectly. It's soft. It's not chewy. I mean, it just melts in your mouth. Guys, if you give these a shot, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought of them. You can, of course, use any rubs and sauces you want. I just prefer the SuckleBusters. That's what I use at home, so that's what I use in my videos. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.